Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton, and I just got back from watching the My Little Pony movie. Now, I've been waiting for this movie for years and years to come as a brony, and if you've seen my reviews of the My Little Pony episodes, you know I'm a die-hard fan of the series. So, now that this movie has finally come out with a great new visual style, an incredible supporting cast, and all of the bells and whistles you'd expect from a movie from such a popular series, does it deliver? Well, let's get to the story, shall we? So the story is, as she's setting up a friendship festival, Twilight Sparkle, played by Tara Strong, and all of her friends, including Applejack, Rainbow Dash, both played by Ashley Ball, Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy, played by Andrea Libman, Rarity, played by Tabitha St. Germain, and Spike, played by Kathy Wesseluck, are suddenly in for the adventure of their lives when a villain known as the Storm King, played by Liev Schreiber, invades with the help of his commander Tempest, played by Emily Blunt, and her sidekick Grubber, played by Michael Pena. To make a long story short, the ponies have to travel to a distant land in order to find a power that can best the Storm King. And on the way, they get new friends. They go into various action scenes. There's songs. There's danger. There's love and friendship, and rainbows and cupcakes. All that jazz you'd expect from the series. But that's all I can say about the story without spoiling anything. So what did I like about this movie? Well, the movie definitely sticks true to the heart and soul of the My Little Pony series, in that it's very lighthearted and it's very energetic at many points, but you can clearly tell there was a lot of effort put into it. Yes, there's tons of rainbows and cupcakes and bright colors, but at the same time, that doesn't make the movie bad. If anything, it's a very hopeful movie that sticks true to the tone of the series and it doesn't deviate from it that much. Also, the voice acting from everyone involved is very good. Obviously, the main cast from the show are pretty much on the same level as they were in the actual show, but are a ton of celebrity guest stars who did roles for this movie. Liev Schreiber plays the Storm King, and he's very entertaining. If anything, he sort of reminded me of Hades from Disney's Hercules at some point. But he somewhat squanders his role as a villain because of his lack of screen time. He was only around for about 10 to 15 minutes tops, and honestly, I would have liked to see a bit more of his personality. Tempest gets a lot more screen time, and Emily Blunt does an excellent job voicing her, and actually making her a rather interesting character throughout the film. Michael Pena gets a couple of laughs as Grubber, but the writing for him is a bit of the idiot sidekick variety, and his humor will be... Your mileage may vary when it comes to him. Some of his jokes hit the mark, but others fall flat. Other supporting actors who do a great job are Taye Diggs as Capper, a suave, charismatic cat, I hope I'm getting her right, Uzo Aduba and Kristen Chenoweth. Both of them portray their characters well. And Zoe Saldana plays a pirate parrot named Captain Cleano, who is almost unrecognizable. I didn't really pick her up as Zoe Saldana until I found out in the credits. But yeah, everyone in the cast does a great job, and you can tell the celebrities involved are having fun playing these characters. Also, the animation for the film is really, really good. It's not, say, Disney or Pixar quality, but the bright colors and the 3D environments actually work very well for this film, as it sticks true to the visual style of the series, while updating it significantly for a movie. It's not like it goes for a full CGI look, but I don't know how to describe the visual style. It's just very bright, very colorful, and it updates the series well to the point where it's visually appealing while still sticking true to the original series' cute designs. And, however, there were a few problems I had with this movie, nothing that were game breakers, but there are things that I did feel a bit disappointed with. One of the things is that the story is very predictable. If you've seen the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, you know the typical story of our heroes leaving their town to go find something in another land, and then coming back to defeat the villain. If you've seen the SpongeBob movie, you kind of know everything that's going to happen here. Heck, both movies even have comedic hijinks, big musical numbers, and big themes of friendship throughout. But since I love the SpongeBob movie, and I love My Little Pony, I can forgive the similarities. It's not like they're copy and pasted, it's just I noticed a lot of similarities in the plots of those movies. Also, a couple of the characters don't get as much screen time as I think they should have. Like I said, Liev Schreiber's Storm King doesn't get a lot to do in the movie, and a couple of the ponies do feel like they're underutilized, much like how they were on the show, especially Applejack and Fluttershy. And the Songbird Serenade character, played by Saya, she only makes a couple of appearances at the very beginning and at the very end. And even though it is kind of cool to hear her do one of the songs for the movie, it is unfortunate that some of these characters don't get used very often. Now, for the songs, I don't know if I'll remember them as much as the Smile song or At the Gala, for instance, but these are still very well composed songs. They feel like they fit right in with the movie, as if they were made specific just for the show as well. I don't know if Daniel Ingram came back to compose the songs, but if he did, I wouldn't be surprised, considering they're very much in that style. Last thing I'll say about the movie is that the ending is pretty typical of most animated films of this type. It seems like they mainly went through a checklist of the stuff you need to do to adapt a TV show into an animated movie, but it mostly works for the most part, considering it's not how it's done as a concept. What matters is the execution, and the execution for the most part is well done, if familiar. So, if you just want to see a movie about the ponies you know and love, going around Equestria, singing songs, having a good time, and, defeating a villain along the way, you'll get it. It's just with a story that you've seen a million times before. It still has enough comedic moments, enough fun songs, and enough creative visuals to make it so that I can't say you shouldn't go see it, so I still recommend it. Now, for the rating, I give the My Little Pony movie an 8 out of 10. Not exactly the movie that I was expecting, but it's still a very good movie that should satisfy fans of the series. See you next time.